Hi there folks, Gareth here from tracyandmatt.co.uk and forunboxings.com, and I've just received this in. This is the RAVPower FileHub Wireless SD Flash Card Reader, USB Storage Media Sharing, NAS File Server, Power Bank and Wi-Fi Hotspot. It does all of these things, which I think is pretty insane if you think about it. Reliable, affordable, value. And this only costs roughly about $29.99 off Amazon.co.uk. RAVPower are quite well known for producing various different power banks. They're fairly low cost and highly reliable from what I can gather from the reviews and things like that. Okay, so you get a manual about how to do things. Obviously you're going to need this because it's a little bit more complex than most of these style of devices. I'll show you why. Okay, so this is the device. We've got is that blue? Looks a bit blue. Yeah, got nothing along the top, just a blue line, and down the side there and down the side here we have, that must be the power button, then the micro USB charging slot, but on the bottom is where all the action is. We have an SD card reader here, a reset button and USB. You can obviously charge your device from here, or you can hook up USBs to be able to broadcast them wirelessly. On the front we have a battery meter, an RW read-write light, a wireless indicator and a globe, which I'm guessing is probably some kind of access. Let's see if we can see in the manual here as to what that indicates. Okay, according to the manual that just means internet LED. Actually, if you look at this, it's quite funny. The manual shows it a completely different way around. They've got the read-write LED on the far left there, which we have second in. The internet LED, I'm guessing is that one, which is hopefully that one. Wi-Fi LED is there, and battery LED, which is there. So running across like that, they have completely messed it about on here. But perhaps there's different variants for different areas of release. Okay, so there's not too much you can show. On the back it says here that there's RAVPower capacity 3000 milliamp hours, which is pretty good. There's no screen on this, so that battery should last for a good amount of days and a couple of charges of your device. Let's see if we can switch this on to see if there's any power in there. We do. We have power lights and battery lights. And we'll set this back like this so we can see. Okay, I'm going to attempt to set this up. Okay, so we have a green light to say that the battery is full. This turns to a red steady light if the power is less than 30%, and a red flashing light means that it's about to die. A green slow flash means that it's charging, and another green slow flash but slightly faster means the device is powered off. Okay. Wi-Fi LED shows indication state. That's helpful. Okay, so Wi-Fi LED, which is actually that one, come to think of it. Blue steady means Wi-Fi is ready. LED is off means device is on, but the Wi-Fi signal is unsteady, or the device is off, or the device is in mobile hard disk mode and the Wi-Fi is off. Internet LED, this turns green when the Wi-Fi signal is good. No light means there's no connection to the internet. And the read-write. Blue steady light means the memory connection is successful. Blue flashing light means the memory is reading and writing. Then on card mode, so FileHub is obviously this side, then card mode, blue steady light means that it's reading and writing, and blue flashing light means it's connected by USB 2.0 to... oh right, okay, so that's the card reader mode, and that's the FileHub. Okay, so flash forward a little bit of time, and we've managed to resurrect my Acer Switch 10. It was the closest Windows PC that I had to hand, and we're just looking for the download page. Okay, so this would be it. Turn FileHub on. It has been turned on. Locate the new wireless connection named FileHub XXXX. So we're getting a blue flashy light here on the Wi-Fi, which if we use the key means that steady blue light. Okay, steady blue light. Wi-Fi is ready. Awesome. Okay, if we hit refresh, hopefully this will show up. Searching for new devices. Please wait. Okay, so the default here is 8 ones. Don't tell anyone. Oh, for goodness sake. Damn you, Windows. Excellent. Okay, so we have now gone to this IP address, which is good news. Leave the password blank and log in. Right, unfortunately they don't have my country on here, so I'm going to have to pretend that I'm from England. I guess that's the closest place. so we'll just reload this now. That's reset, must have updated. See how long it takes. Or is this signed back over onto the default wireless network? Oh, we need to connect to this one. Right, we're connected. Wi-Fi disk, it's showing up there. Okay, and log in. Okay, so let's see what we have here. We have user. If we click that, we can set up username and password. Obviously that's for adding people as well, so other people can access it on the go. Disk. Disk 1 not installed. I have a little USB disk here. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it in here. I don't know what's on this actually, but so that's connected into that. That seems to be glowing. We got a Wi-Fi light flashing there. We'll have a flick through while it does the rest of it. Maybe it's not detecting things on the USB device has been inserted. Okay. Let's go back and see what turns up on that. Disk 2. It's currently reading it. It says it's 16 GB, which is correct. Firmware version, serial number, volume. Guess we go to Explorer and it will show all of the files. There we go. We got a bunch of movies. I forgot I had those. Handy, handy. Peculiar. Okay, and then obviously along here we have refresh, upload, create, copy, move, open, delete, rename, and photo viewer. Alright, so that's fairly handy. You'll be able to just throw in an SD card. Obviously you'll need, if you're using a micro SD card, you'll need some kind of expander or possibly a USB connector for a micro USB or micro SD, but still it's a step in the right direction for having everything on there. I guess this is primarily going to be of use for people who have SLRs and want to connect their or copy their stuff straight over to their phone or to their laptop if they don't have an SD card reader. This way they can do it through Wi-Fi. Okay, so that shows up a bit of information about the device which we were pretty much already on. What's under settings? Now let's back to that. Right, we were on the network there just to see what we could do. So obviously this has NAS built in as well, which is going to be quite interesting. I'm not sure how we're going to be able to test that. Wireless DHCP server, which is enabled. Internet, which I thought I set up earlier. I'll just whack in. I don't know if that worked or whatever, but we'll move on to the DDNS to allow users to remotely access the device by a registered host name. Let's excuse me, and then help, which is the built-in manual, everything you want to know. And down here it gives you 16 minutes and 5 seconds since we turned it on. We're on firmware version 2. And let's go back to settings, get back to that menu. Services. Samba. Okay, so Samba's on. That will please many. I know a lot of people do like Samba. It's one of the more reliable ways of sharing media. Okay, so we also have a firmware setting, or reset settings as well, that allows us to reset back to factory default. So there does seem to be a decent amount of stuff in this. For 30 quid, that seems to be pretty darn good value. It really is, actually. It's well constructed. Actually, there's a bit of heat to it there. There's a wee bit of temperature. And it seems like a really logical travel mate for everyone who has some kind of external battery, SD card readers, USB card readers. This is a logical upgrade. The only thing that I could fault this on is not having inbuilt storage itself. But then, you know, this is a solution, just sticking in a 16 gigabyte USB card or drive. But that might not be practical. Actually, one thing I am going to check looking at that. One thing that I've always been bothered with these is not actually knowing how far this goes into it. So that does go the whole way in, so that stays flush. The odd time you do find oh, USB device has been removed. That's still in, but that's not, or that's gone in. And that's not a full SD card. It's for micro SD. So it disconnects one and reconnects the other. But that sits flush. That's very important. I bought a Chromebook a while ago, and the SD card reader sits, or the SD card sits about half a centimeter, 3/4 of a centimeter outside of the SD card reader, which is a real pain. But that sits nice and flush. Very pleased at that. So you can whack in a 32 gigabyte SD card there and just copy everything through USB. Super. Yeah. So that's the RAVPower, 30 quid on Amazon.co.uk. Comes in many different flavors, I suppose. I'll stick some links in the post below. Alright, well, take care now.